Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first ever New Jersey Jackals offseason report. I'm Billy Pinkney, press box and player procurement assistant for the Jackals, and we hope all of our fans are doing well and staying safe during this time. And to keep you guys updated with Jackals baseball, we're going to start up these offseason reports, talk to the players, coaches, see how their offseasons are going, and just talk Jackals baseball. So first up on the Jackals offseason report is manager Brooks Carey. Brooks, thanks for coming on. How's everything?
Thanks, Billy. How you doing up there in New Jersey?
Doing all right. Hanging in there.
Yeah, I know it's tough up there. It's a tough area to be in right now.
Yeah.
Sounds like.
So how's it going up there? How's your whole situation?
It's different. I was supposed to leave on Monday, April 20th, and obviously everything has changed. I was actually supposed to be in Washington, D.C. today and tomorrow. But all the plans got changed. So we're just like everybody else in the country. We're just waiting. We're just going to wait and see, basically.
Right. Now the biggest question is, when is the season going to start? No one really knows the answer. The American Association, other leagues have brought up possible, scenarios in July. What have you been hearing? What are some of the dates that you've been, hearing?
I talked to a lot of other managers. There's some managers that. They thought that we're not going to play at all this year. There are other ones that think we could start in June. If that's going to happen, I think the best scenario is if we started sometime in July and played till the end of September. We could probably get 65, 75 games in.
Mm-hmm.
But that's still, anything I say is a guess, like everybody else. I mean, there's a lot smarter people on TV that don't know the answer to that either.
Right.
In relation to all businesses in the country, I think.
Right. Now I just want to transition into, some player news, some transactions that we've made throughout the offseason. We have a lot of returning players coming off of a championship year. Is that something that you wanted to do, is bring back a core group of guys?
Yeah, there's obviously some guys we're going to miss. I mean, we're going to miss Gregor and we're going to miss Harris. Gregor signed with the Tampa Bay Rays, which was fantastic. Harris wanted a new challenge, so we had to we moved him to Southern Maryland. But a lot of the guys, especially on the pitching side, enjoyed themselves so much last year that it was kind of strange, because when I took the job 2 years ago, I called 23 guys and 21 of them said they wanted to move on. Mm-hmm. So this year was a little bit different, and winning the championship surely helps. They all can't wait to see each other again and want to play. So yeah, we got a good core of guys, and we signed a bunch of primarily pitchers, because we were a little short on pitching the last couple of years. So I think my concentration was on that.
Right. Who are some of the main guys that you've signed recently? Some of the guys who stick out to you?
Well, we got Big John Hayes from Southern Maryland. He's a huge man. I think he's going to do really well in the Frontier League, and he might be able to dominate. Then we picked up two starters, Mike Murray and Chase Ingram, that are going to go into the rotation, it looks like. You never know there. And then we picked up a couple guys in the bullpen, Suntrop and Hendricks, who there's a lot of teams calling on these guys. I know Ingram and Murray and Suntrop and Hendricks have a chance to get back to affiliated baseball, and Butler's the talk of the town right now. So I think he wants to get this season started, because I think he's got a really good chance. A couple teams have a keen interest in him. Obviously, we kept Brammer and Corrales. And what they did, you don't see very often. Yeah. I mean, every game that we won in the playoffs, Corrales and Brammer pitched in, and that was basically our bullpen. But they sucked it up and did a job that you really don't see very often. The job that these two guys did. Without those two guys, we don't win, obviously. Right. And then there's a lot of the other key guy was Brantley. He pitched the third game in the first playoff against Three Rivers, and then pitched the third game against Sussex, and had two fantastic outings, the two best outings that he had all year. with a 5.5 ERA all year long. But he stepped up in that basically. That was another big key to us winning the whole thing.
Right. Now, after coming off that championship year, what's your main focus in forming a team that can hopefully get back to that playoff and championship series?
Well, I think we just went over that a little bit. I think we were short on pitching. I think the two guys that you could really count on out of the bullpen was just Brammer and Corrales. But the strange thing about that, I was looking up their stats from last year. Brammer only pitched in 30 games, and Corrales only pitched in 35. So I think that they weren't overused all year, which is the reason why I could use them as much as I had to use them in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. If I had pitched either one of those 50 or 55 games, I don't think they could have done the job that they did. But you think Brammer came into spring training last year, and I told him, you're going to have to fight for a job. Mm-hmm. And then after the first week, he's our closer and had one of the best seasons you'll ever see. And he's full of confidence right now. He's raring to go. But like the rest of the world, we're on hold.
Right. Now, I want to do something here where we, mention a position or a group of positions, and you just tell me who we have there, who's, it's a possibility of getting that spot. So let's start with the outfielders. Who we have there?
Alfredo decided he wanted to come back. He enjoyed himself so much last year. He enjoyed he enjoyed his teammates a lot. That was the most fun he's had in a professional season, and he's been playing for 15 years. And then Jay Gonzalez is going to be back, which Jay will be in center field. He's solved a lot of his leg problems. I thought he was going to be a 40-50 steal guy, still stolen bases. He'll be back, and then Demetrius in right field. Those are your three starters right now. Mm-hmm. I think Demetrius came on strong in the end, and it has a lot to do with confidence. In the beginning he was playing every now and then, and when he got into the starting role, he hit 250, but his on base percentage was 400, and he made some plays in the outfield that not many guys can do. Right. He gets the balls that I don't think anybody else in the league gets to. So right. He'll be a key. He'll probably be somewhere at the top of the lineup with Jay. And we can see if we get some stolen bases. I think we have some guys that can steal some bases. All three outfielders can. And those are going to be the three keys for the lineup. Those three guys in Chirino get on base for Marte and Stock. And then I think offensively we're going to be – I don't know if we're going to have the offensive team we had last year, but we're going to be close.
Right. What about infielders?
Well, Stock, when I traded Harris to Southern Maryland, Richard had called me two days before, and I was looking for a place for him to play because I didn't have a spot as a vet. Mm-hmm. So when we moved Harris to Southern Maryland, it was easy for me to just go get Stock, who'll be at first base. You got Dundone coming back this year. He's going to be in competition with a couple rookies. Then Chirino, who's going to bat second no matter what. And then Guerrero, whose knee is fine. It was not a really complicated surgery he had. So defensively, I think this infield is going to be fantastic, actually.
Right.
And then behind the plate, I just like the job he did, and the pitchers love throwing to him. And he's he was a rookie last year, but the way he acts and carries himself in the clubhouse, he's a vet now. So in my mind,
right. Now you just mentioned the pitching staff. We have a lot of new faces. Some guys coming back as well. What is that looking like?
Well, you have 18 guys coming in, mm-hmm. 18 pitchers. You probably have 8 or 9 guys that are going to compete for the 5 starting rotation spots. Latos has let me know about a week ago. This will probably be his last year of pitching, I think, with some other interest he has, business interest. He wants to go into the starting rotation, so I think that's a big plus for us because that's a guy that could go 7, 8, 9 innings. I mean, he's not 5 or 6 inning guy. He never gets sore. He never gets stiff, and he could pitch every fourth day if you wanted him to. And then obviously Brendan has thrown the ball as good as he had a great workout with the Diamondbacks and another one with the Red Sox. I think the Diamondbacks are really high on him. I don't believe he'll be with us the whole season if we do get started. And then we have Hayes, who we got from Southern Maryland. And then Ingram and Murray are definitely going to compete for one of those starting spots. And then you get Tessitore, who pitched the final game in both series, that I think will be a lot better, and Hendricks can start. You got a lot of options, and I think they'll all be fine whatever role they pitch in talking to these guys. And I've got a chance to see a lot of these guys pitch over the winter.
Right.
I've seen it with my own eyes. Then you got a host of other guys coming in, big guys. I think we had 18 guys coming in, and 16 of them are 6'3" and above.
Wow.
So it's gonna be a large staff, I can tell you that. And hopefully size translates into getting out, but I think it will. I think we have enough options where pitching could be our strength this year, which it hasn't been the last 2 years, and even the 2 years before that when I was in normal. So I'm looking forward to having a complete staff that I have confidence in.
Right. Yeah, we have a lot of talented guys on this roster. But before we go, is there anything else that you want the Jackals fans to know, to look forward to? Any other little things?
A lot of the guys they're doing the best they can to try to stay ready. And there's a bunch of hungry guys that want to win again.
Mm-hmm.
That was the key to our team. At the end of the year, we had 23 guys, and it seemed like all 23 got along with each other. And it kind of proved to me what I've thought for a long time, that if you have a team that if everybody's pulling in the same direction, talent does matter. But I think the chemistry that we had last year was kind of special, because we faced two really good teams last year in the playoffs. Three Rivers. I thought Three Rivers, if I had to be honest, I thought they had a better team than we did, and I thought Sussex had a better team than we did. But I think that our guys wanted it more.
Yep.
If that's possible. I know these other teams wanted to win really bad, but our guys had a ton of confidence and just played as hard as you could possibly play. And that's what I'm looking forward to, is getting another 23 guys like that.
Right. All right, Brooks, we're going to wrap it up here on the off-season report. Thanks for coming on, and stay safe.
Yeah, we're trying to. It's a little bit different down here than where you're at.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the other issue the league is having. Canada doesn't look like they're going to I wouldn't be surprised if Canada doesn't play this year. And then New Jersey, New York City, that's the hot spot in the whole world right now. So we'll see what happens. We're just going to pray that everybody stays safe. Stay safe and healthy. That's the biggest concern, that nobody close to me has gotten the virus, so doesn't hit as close to home unless somebody you're really close to is battling this. So we'll pray for everybody.
Right. All right, that'll do it for this episode of the Jackals Off-Season Report. Thanks for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next episode.